Well, king cake pairs well with a tall glass of milk, and milk is a vital part of our daily diet. The USDA recommends you have at least 3 servings of dairy every day. This week, TWILA's Karl Wiggers takes us to Slaughter, Louisiana, to one of the few remaining dairies in the state that delivers milk from cow to consumer every day of the year.
In the 1960s, the Louisiana dairy industry was more than 1,200 dairies strong. Over the last 50 years, a lot has changed, and East Feliciana dairyman Mike Bryan has been here for it all. Bryan purchased this dairy from his father in the early 2000s. A few years later, Bryan was faced with a decision that no farmer wants to make.
In June of 2009, we sold the cows and really intended to get out and stay out.
Bryan's father, Vernon, built this dairy in 1962. In his 55 years in the industry, Vernon Bryan has seen this dairy evolve.
It's changed drastically. At one time there was a decent living, then it got bad, and when it got worse.
A lot of things have changed here on the dairy.
But now
it's come full circle.
It's nice to be on the plus side.
To find that plus side, Mike had to find a new way to run the dairy.
We opened up Feliciana's Best Creamery. Still had some of our heifers, and when we actually cranked up, we were milking 9 head and started bottling milk and selling it here locally.
It didn't take long for Feliciana's Best Creamery to grow their cream line of milk products.
When we first started, we were only doing whole milk and chocolate milk. Within a few months, we had bought a separator and started doing skim and 2%. And along with that, we were able to do cream half and half and butter.
Those products all began here with these cows, twice a day, 365 days a year. Vernon Bryan is still here 7 days a week, helping run this dairy.
It's a good feeling to be able to operate with your family, and one of the 6 children wanted the operation, and I did all I can to help them progress.
The way Feliciana's Best Creamery has progressed as a dairy is by making a milk reminiscent to the days of old.
It's just non-homogenized, so the cream will still rise to the top.
The creamery produces and sells more than 1,000 gallons of milk every week. Those products have now found their way into grocery store refrigerators like here at Rouse's Market in Zachary, but that's not where all of Feliciana's Best customers get their milk. Harold Kirby comes by often to get his milk right here at the dairy.
About twice a week and buy 2 gallons. You know where it came from. It may not come out of New Mexico, it come from here.
And what kind of milk is it that he gets?
It's whole milk. It's just pasteurized, not homogenized.
And why does he like that?
So that's what I grew up on.
Naturally. Bryan keeps these coolers stocked with their freshest milk for customers to come by and get their milk right from the source. And if you make the trip for some milk, there's a very good chance that you'll get to meet Mike Bryan yourself. That's because he's working right here every day to provide you and I with this daily staple. Lucky for us, that's a sacrifice that dairymen across the country, just like Mike Bryan, make every single day.
Not just us, that's all dairymen make those sacrifices. So, but there again, that's what I do. That's my business.
You can find Feliciana's Best milk products in grocery stores around the Baton Rouge area, as well as the Red Stick Farmers Market every week. And Kristen, I know you've probably gotten some at some point. I got a big old gallon of chocolate milk because he was making it that day when I was there in the creamery. So good, so good.
Well, in fact, a couple of weeks ago, I bought a gallon from the grocery store in St. Francisville on my way home, and it had a film of cream or some substance at the top.
It's the cream. That's actually what makes Feliciana's Best Creamery a little different than the rest. It's not homogenized, so that cream rises to the top.
Well, then you know it's fresh. Great story, Karl Wiggers.